Hello and welcome back. I'm going to try again to make another video. I think I've got stuff adjusted on the computer and on the camera so that I'll be able to upload it in less than 3.5 days. Anyway, I'm doing a little gouache. I've been doing a lot of very small gouaches lately, A5, and so basically I'm going to take you through the process that I use. First of all, that's a photograph I took the other day when I was walking the dogs. It's a place called the Country Park. It's just down the road from us. There's a river running along underneath those trees and the dogs love it. It cools them down when you get weather like this. At the moment it's pouring down with rain. I don't know if you can hear it on the roof. But anyway, that's the picture I'm starting off with, which I'll just put to one side because I've done a little pencil sketch in which I've simplified it. I've cropped it slightly and I've done it basically in cutouts, and there's the sky, then there's the distant trees a bit closer. I've tried to show some sort of difference in tone. There's two very light trees there, a light triangle of grass coming across there, shadowy trees and deep shadows across here, and just to the left of centre there's this dead tree. In fact it's two dead trees, one behind the other. When we go there with my granddaughter we call this walk Two Trees, and there's a little path going along there which I may or may not put in. Basically that's how I simplify. I'll bung that up there and take you through the paints I'm using. All these paints are Winsor & Newton designer gouache, and that's an earthquake. No, it's not an earthquake, it's me bashing the camera with my head. Right, I'll take you through. This is, I'm using porcelain palettes. I use all sorts of different palettes, but for these I'm using the porcelain palettes. I've just put out new paint specifically for tonight, so everything's nice and clean. We've got permanent white, Naples yellow, raw sienna, burnt sienna, raw umber, burnt umber. All those are earth colours. I use a lot of earth colours when I'm doing landscapes. One thing you'll notice, I haven't got a bright yellow. I may add one later on. Then I've got ultramarine blue, and that is middle green deep. And these are the colours I use to adjust tones mainly, and that's middle grey 4. Don't know why it's called middle grey 4, but it is. That's sepia, that's indigo, that's cobalt, no, that's permanent violet, and that is alizarin crimson. I also, don't know if you can see them, I keep several of these little flat ceramic trays which I mix on when all this lot gets full. So basically that's what I'm going to do. I'll put a little bit of a sketch in here, just left of centre. I'll indicate where that tree's going. I'll indicate where the bright bit is, the two bright triangles. And there, the dark trees at the back. The lighter trees go in there. And then we've got these dark bits coming down that side. The path goes along there. I may or may not put that in, but that basically just so I can see where things are going to go. Now, get rid of the pencil, have a sip of coffee, and I'll try to start at the top and work down. I use all sorts of brushes for gouache. I put that in the wrong place. I keep bashing my head on the tripod. Right, okay. First things first, I'll mix up some blue. Get rid of that for now. Put it over there. Ooh. Wash your brush, Evans, it's all manky. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of other colour in it. Permanent white, which is titanium white by any other name. PY2 I think it is. And into that, touch of the ultramarine. Now we've got a really summery sky. Touch of burnt umber into it. When I say a touch, I'm talking about dipping that corner in, just to grey it slightly. This that I'm painting on is MDF board, which I bought a pack of off Amazon. They weren't very expensive. They're A5 pre-cut to size, and all I've done with them is put a single coat of acrylic primer on, just to stop them, because they're MDF, they're wood, just to stop any chance of them being porous. So there we go, we've got a sky. Clean off the brush. I'll indicate some clouds into that. Touch more blue in that top corner. Mistake. As my father used to say, the man who never made a mistake never made anything. Very wise man, my dad. Right, there we go. We've got a sort of sky. I'm using a 1/2 inch imitation sable brush from Rosemary and Co. I don't always use posh brushes, but I've got These were a present and they're absolutely wonderful brushes. It's sort of a gouache set that somebody got me for Christmas, and it's really lovely. Okay, dark bit. I've still got some blue and grey there, so I'll put some of the green into it. That green is very chemical looking. Put some blue in. You go away. More blue. And just to knock it back, put a touch of the indigo, and that will make it very blue, very cool. The middle, well, the permanent green deep is quite a cool colour anyway. It's a minty sort of green. Some of the, that's better. That's some of the raw sienna into it, and that gives me a nice cool grey green, and I'll splodge it in over here. Now you'll notice I'm not really looking at the photograph. Well, you won't, but the photograph's buried under the sketch. The reason for that basically is because there's no need for me to copy the photograph. I've already got the photograph. So I'm making a picture. Adding a little bit more blue. Touch of the violet. You mix violet and green, you'll get a grey, because you're mixing all the primaries. I'm trying not to talk too much because there may be bits in the middle of this that I'll want to fast forward. Not fast forward, put on time and a half, 1.5 speed, just to get through it quicker. Right, we've got the background trees in. They're just a shape at the moment, so I shall make some darker stuff. That's the indigo, some sepia into that, some of the green. Because I'm using all these up here, there's nothing apart from the red, there's nothing particularly bright, so I can darken the edges of shadows at the bottom of it so that the bright bits will sing more. There we go, we've got sort of graduated blob. I was talking to somebody today on Messenger One thing you always need to remember with gouache is, even if they dry out, all you've got to do is give them a squirt, little one of them, just give it a, and they work again. I won't use all this paint today. What I will do, I'll probably put them in plastic bags overnight and then just squirt them in the morning. Okay, now this is a bit close. Now I'll do this dark side here while I've got this really dark stuff. Some more purple in it, more green, touch of the raw sienna. Raw sienna's very yellow, burnt sienna's very red. Don't really need a true yellow or a true red when you're doing landscape painting. Because apart from certain berries and flowers, nothing in nature is really pure paint red, if you know what I mean. Just keeping this very, very dark at the bottom here. I will put some, the beauty of gouache is that you can lay in light on top of dark. It's the nearest you can get to oils without actually using oils. Some people think that acrylic is that, but acrylic is nothing like oil. This dries quickly, but you can reactivate it, just damp it, and it goes back to how it was before. Oh, another earthquake. Right, we've got that. Now I want to put some light behind it. First off, put some light into this, just where now it doesn't look like a blob. Hopefully it looks as if it's got some leaves on it. A lighter green, There we go, we've got that. I think I may have to get some Spectrum Yellow or something out just to touch in some highlights on this, but not yet. Okay, now I'm going to make some green using this Naples yellow and the mid green. Touch of this just to knock it back a bit for these new willow trees, which is what they are. Again, cool. Bit dark in the bottom where the shadows are. Okay, hopefully we've got a little bit of recession going on in there now. Now I want the shadowy bit, the first of the really dark shadowy bits, so I'll mix the indigo and the sepia, tiny touch of the green so it's not grey, and then some darks underneath that tree at the background, or those trees in the background. Hopefully this dark band should tie the front to the back to some extent. There we go. Now raw sienna, touch of white, and just a touch of this green. Now we've got this light bit, which I think I will have to put some permanent yellow or something in. Incidentally, I know that the light is coming this way because it was. I was there, and there was some wonderful effects. It was a windy day and the clouds were scudding across. There was these lovely lights coming across and jumping off the trees. Right, now I am just going to grab a proper yellow. I'll pause it while I go and have a look. There, while you've been gone, another palette has magically appeared, and into that I've put some primary yellow and lemon yellow, which I will use to make the really bright greens to give the contrast. If I'm honest, I should have put them out to begin with, and usually if I'm using bigger palettes I will always have them on the palette, but never mind. Okay, carry on. I'll use a smaller sable just to start putting pretty bits in. Primary yellow, touch of this green, and sunshine. Need to make it a bit thicker so it covers over that ochre colour. If I scrub it, it will lift up the underneath colour, so I've got to lay it on top. Wash the brush, and now I'll mix some of the lemon yellow this time just with the ultramarine, and I'll put these make it a little bit lighter. But these lovely backlit trees, I'll put dark middles to them after. we've got that lovely bright colour in the middle. Echo it in this front bit. I'll need it quite thick to lay on top of this. I'll do some more to that when it's dry. Use that, tone it down with some of the Naples, and I'll use that for the highlights on this big tree. You need to get the tones becoming less intense the further away you go. So that's the same shaft of sunlight hitting that tree as is hitting these, but because it's further away, the yellow's not quite so intense. And it's coming through the gap there. So I can add it to the top of these trees here. Light's just glancing through there. Right, now then, we're getting somewhere. Real darks on this one. Use the greeny bit, mix it into there. See how that is coming back to life just by putting a damp brush on it. That is the violet and the indigo and some of the green. And this closest tree is very dark. More dark, sepia. All the dark colours I've got I'll stick on there and they'll come out almost black. But because it's got the purple in it, it's got red, so it will warm up and come further forward. Warm colours come forward, cool colours go back. Clean that. Now get the bottom half, which is shadowed grass. Get the green in, the indigo, I'll flick in some grassy bits when I've got the tones in place. What I'm hoping to show in this video is laying in tones, how tones make things go backwards. That and simplifying your picture. So many people when they're working from photographs, try to copy the photograph exactly, and there's no point because you've got the photograph, so why copy it? You know, you're making a picture, and that's what I'm doing now anyway. I'm making a picture. I'm not doing a keepsake of this afternoon. I mean, the afternoon will obviously always be in it somewhere, because that's the inspiration, but the whole point is the picture. I've dampened this so that I am now putting the very dark into it, but it will sink in to the greens behind it and come out not quite so dark as this. Sorry if I'm snuffling a bit, but I've got a bit of a cold. Okay, more light in that top bit. So just by putting that even extra lighter bit there, it gives some form to those two trees. Remember, I've got that tree going up there, which I mustn't forget about. Some more dark. Just punching in some really dark shadows under this tree. Get some contrast. Light against dark, dark against light. Oh, that's too purple, now it's dried. Some green with a touch of blue. Put it on top of the purple and the purple will pick up. Into the green. Just mixing some very bright green. I don't want a lot of water in it. Just to go on top of this. Right, I'm not far off, I don't think. As this is only a demo, it's not a fabulous, well, I don't mean it to be a particularly brilliant painting, it's a demo. I have to keep reminding myself that. Okay, the tree. Raw umber and ultramarine blue. Okay, now that's about halfway, just want it on this one. I've got Naples yellow and burnt sienna. Now at the base I need some of this dark, mix it in with the tree colour, where the tree goes into shadow at the bottom. And I'll also put some little branchy bits, twiggy bits. That's a number 4 rigger, so you can get quite a lot of detail with that. But I'm gonna go with my teeny weeny tiny rigger, if I can find it. There. This is a number 2 Shiraz, which is pretend sable. Very doody little rigger brush. Just putting some highlights on these extra branches, just where the light's coming through that gap in the trees. This corner's a bit dead, so I'm going to get this. Where's me long floppy egbert thing? There it is. I love egberts, they're great. An evergreen egbert. Now into this down here I want to get some light and shade. I don't want anything too light, but it's a bit dead. So I'll put some different shades into it, some browns. Actually, I think I'll put some bits of sunshine in there just to break it up so it's not such a black hole at the base. I still want it strong because it's holding the rest of the design together, but I don't want it to be dead, which it is with all that purple and blue in it. All I'm doing with this, you may have noticed, I'm just picking up various greens off the palette. and laying them on. I'm not painting bits of tree, I'm painting shapes. The biggest lesson I ever learned in all my 70 odd years is paint shapes, not things, and paint tones, not colours. And that works with any painting medium, probably printing as well, although I'm pretty crap at printing. Right, we're getting somewhere. Just want some shady bits in there. Get some brown into this green. Raw umber into the green. Raw umber is a sort of yellowy brown. Burnt umber is a sort of reddy brown. They're both fairly warm, but the burnt is warmer than the raw. I'm just trying to tie these shadowy bits together and break them up a bit. And make the edges a bit more interesting. Bit of contre-jour, light against dark, dark against light. I need a little bit of depth to this grassy bit here. Now go back to the little rigger. Very yellowy green. I just want to put some white in that just to tone it down. Just breaking up that big dark bit there. I think what I'll do, that's dead. So what I'll do, I'll get the big rig, no, I'll get a medium rigger. That's my number 2. No, it's not, it's a number 6, but never mind, it's not a rigger. Shut up, Evans, you wittering. And what I'll do is right in the foreground here, that's better. You just get a little shaft of light coming through there. Get rid of that. And I think, just break that edge up where it's a bit hard. And that one, I'm using this mid-toned green here just to hopefully add some stuff behind there. I'm looking for bits which are just dead and trying to break them up a little bit without destroying the tones too much. There. That'll do. It's not fantastic, but it's a little picture. I'll move all the stuff from around it. Lift that up there. And there we go. See if I can zoom in a little bit. there we go. Dappled shade, earthig or something of that ilk. There's no detail in it, it's all very loose, very blobby. But what I hope you can get from that is the tones going back from very bright through that light bit coming through the trees into the bluey bits in the background. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.